Welcome to the first episode of a new series. Today we start off the year of a new Madden franchise. We're going to do my New England Patriots franchise. Rebooted from Madden 25. But this time, we're hopefully going to see through multiple Super Bowls. We'll see how this one goes. Thanks for watching, and go Pats.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, where the keeper of the light sounds the fog bell to signal it's time for football. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Las Vegas Raiders and the New England Patriots. On the Raiders sideline, Pete Carroll, head coach here in New England, remember, back 1997 to 99. The other side, it's Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel. His team looking for a spark, hoping their fans will give it to them here at home as we are set to go. Mike Tirico with Greg Olsen. We're ready to start year 2 together in the booth. And off we go from Gillette Stadium. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. They're led out by their quarterback, former first-rounder out of Alabama. It's Mac Jones.
And here's a guy, Mike, that certainly had some ups and downs in his career, and it really hasn't gone always according to plan. Former starter, former future face of an organization. Sometimes in the NFL, though, it has a funny way of not always playing out, but we've seen so often they get another opportunity. They get that next chance in a new home, and a lot of these guys are in very good position to not only take advantage of it, but to turn games like today into their future in this league.
And he'll get about 3 here on second down before he's out of bounds.
Gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 4.
Jones going to try and throw on 3rd down. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first down.
Gain of 12 yards. And a Raider first down.
Now the runner-up in last year's Heisman race, Ashton Genty. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Brings up 2nd and 12. At the 39-yard line.
Working from the gun, it's Jones. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Jones. And that is incomplete.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation at that down and distance. They had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. So here come the Patriots, and Greg, they are led by their second-year quarterback, the number 3 overall pick in 2024 out of North Carolina. It's Drake May.
There's a lot of people that are really high on this young quarterback, Mike, and for good reason. Got good experience last year, albeit on a bad team. Made 12 starts as a rookie. And now he can come into training camp and come into the season understanding this is my team. I'm the future of this franchise, and if they want to compete within that division, they're going to have to get great quarterback play from Drake May.
31-yard line.
Hey, what's that? On 2nd down, it's May. That one complete to Hollins. He's taken down just shy of midfield. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first down. A carry now for Gibson. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. A gain of 17 to the 17-yard line. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's May. Forced out wide. Trying to make a play out of the pocket. Couldn't do it. It's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes.
That penalty is declined.
On the ground, it's Genty to start the drive. Room to run past the 15. Look at him go! Inside the 10. And they won't catch him. He'll go all the way. 99 yards. Touchdown, Vegas. For Genty, 56 total TDs in 3 years at Boise State. And that touchdown there, the first of his NFL career. Daniel Carlson on to attempt the extra point. He's got it. And the Raiders have their first lead of the new year. They're up 7-0 here in the season opener. 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. The return starts from the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Patriots making their way back out. Number of uniforms through the years. At the Patriot days, for those who are old enough to remember. Now, this is their NFL rivalry-inspired combo. We call this Nor'easter. That was real close. There are 6 stars around the neckline. That is in reference to the 6 states of New England: Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and of course, Massachusetts. Oh, it's also the 6 Super Bowl titles the Patriots have won. Open man. That's the tight end, Hunter Henry. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. He'll land in Roberts in there on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll stick with him again. He'll push forward for about a yard. Big Tucker Hemingway in there for the tackle.
Gain of a yard.
They need to get to the 22, but now face 3rd down. He's got his big tight end, Henry. 2 receptions for him on this drive. This one good for 16 yards. 1st and 10.
Patriots, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
A handoff as they try to run it here. What more could you ask for on a 1st down? Nice run of 8. Setting up 2nd and short.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the 5-yard line.
They'll run, and this is Ramondre Stevenson. And it doesn't appear that he got to that 1st down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down. They'll look to run with Stevenson. And he'll fight forward. Doesn't get a hold up, but he got what he needed. It is 1st and goal coming up.
Patriots, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Throwing is May. Forced to his right.
First and goal. The quarterback thinks he's got a shot to take this one in himself. I think he's just a little late in his reaction and decision to turn into a runner. Defense has just enough time to get there. They stop him short of the end zone. Second and goal.
Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Antonio Gibson. Touchdown, New England. The extra point, up and good. And the Patriots will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. And this one sent all the way over the back line. No thought of putting this in the landing area. So it'll come out per the new rule to the 35-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Joe. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Milton Williams taking him down for the first sack of this new campaign. Back to throw is Jones. And they're going to get him a second time. He goes down again. The linebacker, Keon White, in there to bring him down. And that's his first sack of the year. They'll try to set up the screen to Genty. And he'll be stopped short of a first down. And that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. Here's the punter now. And he is hoping to improve on his first attempt. This will be returnable from his own 15. And some good running on that return as he takes it up close to midfield.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
To throw on 1st down is May. Exiting the pocket right. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And they'll take this down inside the 35. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a first down. Here's Gibson. And the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. Devin White used that time on the stop.
2 yards.
2nd down and 8. To throw is May. Will set up the screen for Gibson. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Patriots, first down. 1st and 10 at the 23.
Now May. That is caught. What a throw. Touchdown, Patriots. For Diggs, that's his first touchdown as a New England Patriot.
All week we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time, and what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket, let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
Makes the score Patriots 14, Raiders 7.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return is Dylan Laube. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Raiders offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Gonna get that complete. Jacoby Myers. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield.
And the Raider first down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Genty. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Taking down right now.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run.
Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him. Third and a long way to go.
And it's third down.
To throw is Jones. The pressure gets there, and he goes down. A sack that should be the final play of this first quarter.
And it's fourth down. A.J. Cole in hot formation for the Raiders.
So, first quarter in the books here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. The Patriots out on top, and we're back to Foxborough in a moment. On comes the punter now, as he is on to kick it away. This brought in out past the 20. And some good running on that return as he takes it up close to midfield. Patriots offense and running back Antonio Gibson heading out onto the field. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with first and 10. Working out of the gun, it's May. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there. And it'll bring up second down. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. He's got Douglas going deep. And the Raiders will have great field position as they take over at their own 45.
And while he's still a rookie and he's going to have his ups and downs, this is the player they thought they were getting when they selected him in this previous year's draft. I mean, he looked almost like a savvy veteran there, baiting that quarterback into that throw. He had great anticipation. He was on time in his drive. And then he plucks that ball out of the air, and he almost looks like a wide receiver.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
It's a gain of 19 yards. That's good for Las Vegas. First down.
Jones now on first down. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
It's second down.
Fake the handoff. Now Jones. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down. Now Jones. And that is incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up fourth down.
And not the greatest of results here. This is going to hit in the field of play and continue out of bounds. The Patriots offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. Try to establish some tempo as they start this one with first and 10. Ball on the 27. Here's second and 6.
It's now second and 6.
To the ground. He'll get it again. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. Here now, third and 5.
Brings up third and 5.
Throwing now is May. Digs on the reception. He's going to have the first down and more. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On the ground, Gibson. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. And Landon Roberts in there on the tackle. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second down and 7. Here's May. Sure pass cut by Henry, the tight end. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
Brings up third and 4.
To throw now, May. And for the third time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by Landon Roberts. And the defense finds the end zone. Great work inside by the linebacker, who takes it back the other way for the touchdown.
Yeah, he just never saw the linebacker in the middle of the field, Mike, and the quarterback was locked in on his receiver. And once that ball came out of his hand, I think he wanted it back.
A return now from the 4. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with first and 10. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
It's now second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
May gonna look to throw. That's into the hands of Diggs. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Brings up third and 1.
They'll try to run for this. It's Stevenson. And he will have a Patriots first down. They're able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on third and a yard.
First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
He'll look to throw. The look at his big target, Henry, over the middle. He's taken down just shy of midfield. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
First and 10 at the
A couple of first downs, and the football's out to the 48-yard line as they come up first and 10. Back to throw. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll get this over the middle to Diggs. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And those numbers tell a lot of the story of this first half, don't they, Mike? I mean, it's easy to see why he was a central piece in this game plan, and he makes another grab there to add to this growing stat line.
First and 10 now from the 36. They'll run here with Gibson. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be second down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
Out of the gun, here's May. That's complete to Diggs. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down. Now Gibson. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it third and 4.
They'll try to get this one on the ground. And the Patriots are going to have a first and goal. He's able to take it inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Following the play, we've got a Raider who is shaken up down there. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. This drive has been methodical, but will they turn it into 6 points? It is first and goal. Some room to run as he takes it down to the 2-yard line. Here now, second down and goal.
Brings up second and goal.
Gibson. And he's going to be stopped in the backfield. Taken down back at the 3.
It makes sense on second and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have third down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on third and goal.
Stevenson will take it in. Touchdown.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
The extra point now for Borregales. The kick is good. And the Pats have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Bobby now to return it. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. They're searching here for the tying score, down 21-14, and they'll begin first and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact, incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down. Gun, it's Jones. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down. Working from the gun, it's Jones. And that is incomplete. Trey Tucker, the intended receiver. And that'll set up fourth down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
Ramondre Stevenson and the Patriots getting set for their next drive. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with first and 10. And a very elusive run there. He winds up gaining about 9 yards. And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. The last run is going to put him up over 100 yards for this one. Second and inches. Now the run, it's a counter, and he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is first down.
And the Patriots, first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground, and he'll maneuver his way down to the 44. Big Tonka Hemingway in there for the tackle. They face second down and 7. On play action, here's May. On the run to the right. He'll tuck it and take off.
These are the plays that just drive the defensive coordinator crazy, Mike. You do everything right, but you don't account for the quarterback scrambling. He's able to get out of the pocket and gain enough for a first down.
On 1st and 10, here's May. Flush to his right. There he goes again. And he is out of bounds. Mark him at the 25. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
May now on 1st and 10. He finds Hollins on the ground. He's taken down just shy of the 10. He has really thrown the ball well here in this first half. Look at the numbers. Over 200 yards passing now for the game. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they get the timeout. On now is Andres Borregales for the field goal try. This one is good. He knocks it through. Halftime coming up. We'll get you down to Scott Hansen and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Today is the day, the debut of our new halftime show. Buckle up, everyone. I think you're going to like it. Our trip around the NFL starts now, and it starts with a good one in the AFC West. And it's Isaiah Pacheco. He's so good working down the field, hauls this one in stride. A 55-yard touchdown. The Chiefs come away with the victory on the road in the season opener. From there, why don't we go to South Philly, look in on the Eagles as they're hosting the Dallas Cowboys. And it's the newest Cowboy, George Pickens. He was a tough man to pin down all game long. This, one of his 2 touchdown catches. The Cowboys come out on top, and Brian Schottenheimer has his first W as the head coach of Big D. Lastly, we go to Indianapolis. It's the Colts taking on the Miami Dolphins. And it's the rookie from K-State, DJ Giddens. Spots an opening, capitalizes on it, 15 yards for the touchdown. And time now for one more look at the rest of the scores from around the NFL. Meanwhile, in our game, both teams have been able to move the ball effectively. It might be a question of which defense can make a stand in the second half. As we send you back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. There you see Mike Vrabel, his Patriots set for their next drive. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, try to add to it. It begins with first down. A carry down for Gibson. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
Gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, it's May. That is caught downfield by Douglas.
Well, he had such a great first half throwing the football. There's no reason to think, Mike, coming out here for the start of the third, that anything's going to change. He's picked up right where he left off, and the numbers are indicative of just how well he's played.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now a handoff, running right. And good, hard running there. He'll push his way forward, gain of about 5.
And he just continues to chew off more and more yardage with every single carry. And you can see here with the numbers, Mike, for as strong as he was in the first half, It almost looks like he's gotten even stronger now here in the second.
Ball on the 35. Here comes a 2nd and 5. The throw is made. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. Catch number 7 so far in this one. And a first down.
Patriots, first down.
To throw on first down is made. This one broken out. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Throwing is made. Hauled in by the tight end, Henry. And he will get into the end zone. Hunter Henry. Touchdown, New England.
Really nice job there by the receiver, understanding what to do after you secure the catch and the ability to target him in the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. If you can hit them in stride, be accurate with the ball, there is a lot of green grass to pick up yards after the catch, and he's able to take this one all the way into the end zone for 6.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. Now a hit, and he lost the football. Special teams comes through again. We don't talk about it nearly enough, but sometimes the biggest plays of the game happen like that one. The kickoff return, fumble, recovered, and momentum swings again.
Everybody loves to see a big return, Mike, but the priority of any kick return unit, just give your offense a chance to possess the ball. And in this case, they don't do that. They turn the ball over, and now they find themselves back out there on defense. It's easy to make your quarterback look good when you can just get open as easily as he has in this game so far. I mean, he had the big first half, remember, but here in the second half, he just continues to add to these numbers here in the third quarter.
Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the plane, but a real solid gain on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this one ruined quickly. Take him back to the 5-yard line.
It's
3rd and goal. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. This is caught toward the side of the end zone. Hunter Henry, touchdown New England. That is 2nd touchdown now here in the season opener. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This returnable from the 4. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to come back out for this next possession. Well, Greg, this is going to take a lot of self-reflection here. You build up so much for the season opener. To struggle like this has got to be a tough feeling.
Yeah, we've never spoken to a team before their week 1 matchup where they didn't tell us this is the best training camp they've ever had, it's the best roster they've ever had. I mean, how many times have we heard that? So in this case, though, Mike, I think you have to be careful that you don't overcorrect. Of course, this did not go according to plan. This is not what they've been building to through their entire offseason schedule, but it's still also just one game. So don't throw everything in the garbage and start all over. Don't throw out all the hard work from the previous offseason. Stay the course, fix what went wrong, improve, and move on to week 2.
Jones looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He'll try to run for it. Jones into the slide, protects himself, picks up the first down.
Anytime a quarterback decides to tuck it and turn himself into a runner, you can just feel the sideline hold their breath. They're just hoping that he gets down, picks up enough for the first down, but more importantly, protects himself so he can get himself back up and continue on.
To the right side, hauled in by Myers. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
At the 45-yard line.
Now a play fake. Jones. Short throw and pulled in by Mayer. They'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
And it's third down.
Jones going to try and throw up. Oh, they're running in a flash, and he lost the football. And one of the Raiders able to get back in there and secure possession so they keep the ball. And now the punting unit will come on as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. There you see Mike Vrabel, his Patriots set for their next drive. And Greg, they have had their way right from the start in this season opener. You get that sometimes. You don't know what week one's going to bring, but this has got to be awfully satisfying.
Oh, there's no question. It gives such value to all the work that you did all offseason, and all the way back in OTAs in the spring, and then through the dog days of training camp. Everyone wants to start the season strong. You're 0-0. Everyone in the league has Super Bowl aspirations. Every fan base thinks it's their year. And then to come out and to deliver, especially on the offensive side of the ball, it's really the ideal way to set up the rest of your season and try to stay on track.
And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30. His 8th reception of the game. And good for a first down.
Patriots, first down.
They'll run on first down with Stevenson. They'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Nice jump here in this good-looking drive. Pick up of 14 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll go again here with Stevenson. That's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 2. We'll go right back to Stevenson. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. And Landon Roberts in there on the tackle. 3rd and inches. Off the play fake, here's May. He's got his man. It's Diggs. He's going to have that first down, gain of 6, as they convert on 3rd down.
First down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. The break, the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll try the jet sweep with Diggs. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. There's that man again. Another catch. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
Another really nice throw right there, and as you can see the numbers he's been able to put up here, I'm a little surprised, if I'm being honest, Mike, with just how easy it seems to have been. It just seems like he's made every right decision every time that he's decided to throw the ball.
14 on the pickup. Good for a Patriots first down.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it, and no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
Now a deep ball toward the end zone. Demario Douglas, the intended target. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
May gonna look to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they continue to churn out first down. What a drive. It continues now with first and goal.
First down. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5.
Still first down.
Now it is first and goal. A run here with Stevenson. And that's a productive run. He gets this one down to the 4. Inside the 5, it is second and goal.
10-yard pickup. It's second and goal.
Throwing now is Meg. Rolling right. That is caught. And he's into the end zone yet again. Hunter Henry. Touchdown, New England. What a start to the season. It's a 3-touchdown week number 1. This has got to feel good, Greg. You open at home and a great performance with one more touchdown added on top.
Not many better ways, Mike, than to create some excitement amongst your fan base than to have a great home opener. Every team works all off-season. They stress it during training camp. Let's get off to a great start, and then all of a sudden you're able to do it in front of your home crowd. And this has been a really impressive performance.
Borregales now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Patriots stretch things out even further.
45. Raiders 14.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Allow me now to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Raiders offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll do so with first and 10.
You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
They go 5 receivers for third down and 4. Shotgun now for Jones. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes. The offense is not coming off the field, and here's fourth down.
3 and out.
They'll go for it. It's Jones. That's taken in, and he's going to have a Raiders first down. It's a gain of 12 facing fourth down.
And the Raider first down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Here's Jones to throw. To the left side, it is caught by Myers. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Brings up second and 7.
Throwing, Jones.
The pass on second down.
It is third and long.
The tackle made back at the 37-yard line.
Man in motion here is Tucker. On third and long, it's Jones. Throw across his body is complete. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. It's going to bring up fourth down. Fake the head. All the blitz gets there. He is sacked. And they turn it over on downs. From the 39, here's a first and 10. Working out of the gun. It's May. Pass caught right side by Henry. He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. On the give, this is Stevenson. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a first down. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll work the middle this time with Stevenson. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense. And right now, it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
They'll run. Stevenson. And he's going to have the first down. And that will not officially end it, but for all intents and purposes, they're going to be able to run the clock down from here.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They run on the jet sweep. And the Patriots are going to be set up with 1st and goal. He couldn't quite break the plane. They'll have it at the 1-yard line.
We don't have to run another play. The Patriots come out and dominate against the Raiders in game 1, despite throwing 3 interceptions.
It's a great start to the season for Mike Vrabel.
Patriots win 45-14. We'll get you some player stats here. Drake May, 26 of 35, 350 yards, 4 touchdowns to 3 picks. Mac Jones, 15 of 21 for 114. Antonio Gibson, 22 for 119 and a touchdown. Ramondre Stevenson, 13 for 67 and a touchdown. And of course, Ashton Genty, 4 for 98 and a touchdown. Hunter Henry, 11 for 139 and 3 scores. And Stephon Diggs, 10 for 136 and a touchdown. Defensively, the 3 picks were Eric Stokes, Ellendon Roberts, and Darian Porter. And kicking, Borengals, Borgales, 1 for 1, 28, 6 for 6 on PATs. So the Patriots will start 1-0 off the back of a beautiful performance by Drake May. And we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching, and go Pats.